Good evening, America. From the corridors of Washington to the academic halls of Cambridge, a storm is brewing, one that could reshape the future of higher education in the United States. President Donald Trump, never shy of controversy, has turned his focus squarely on one of the most prestigious institutions in the nation, Harvard University. In a statement that rippled across the political and academic spheres, President Trump declared he is considering stripping Harvard of $3 billion in federal grant funding, resources historically earmarked for scientific and biomedical research, and redirecting it to America's trade schools. This isn't just a bureaucratic shuffle. This is a seismic declaration. It represents the latest front in Trump's widening campaign against what he calls the radical leftist takeover of American universities. Taking to Truth Social, Trump voiced his fury at Harvard, accusing it of hiring Democrats, radicals, and bird brains to fill its faculty ranks. The rhetoric was blunt, the message unmistakable. Harvard, in his eyes, has strayed too far from national interests and no longer deserves taxpayer support. Harvard, a private Ivy League university long seen as an intellectual powerhouse, responded not with press conferences but with legal filings. The institution sued, arguing that the revocation of grants was a direct violation of free speech, academic freedom, and constitutional law. At the heart of this standoff lies a core issue: who controls knowledge, and who pays for it? For decades, Harvard has received billions in federal support, especially from the National Institutes of Health. These grants fund groundbreaking medical and scientific research, awarded not to the university as a whole but to individual scientists through a rigorous application process. But in recent weeks, those grants were quietly frozen. Letters arrived at Harvard from various federal agencies, the NIH, Department of Energy, Department of Defense, and even the U.S. Forest Service, stating that funding would be suspended because the grants no longer effectuate agency priorities. What those shifting priorities are, exactly, remains unclear. The president's critics argue this is a dangerous precedent, weaponizing federal funds to punish ideological dissent. Harvard's attorneys claim the move is a blatant act of retaliation, rooted not in policy but in politics. Yet Trump's administration has not backed down. Instead, the assault on Harvard has expanded. The White House has proposed revoking the university's tax-exempt status. It has floated new taxes on its massive endowment. Investigations are now underway to determine whether Harvard discriminates against certain demographics, white, Asian, male, or straight, in hiring and admissions. To many, this appears to be less about fairness and more about coercion. Last Friday, a federal judge stepped in to provide a temporary reprieve, blocking the Trump administration from stripping Harvard of the ability to enroll foreign students. The university had argued the policy would cause immediate and devastating harm to both its mission and its international student body. And the numbers are staggering. Harvard enrolls nearly 6,800 international students, accounting for 27% of its total enrollment. These students contribute not only to campus diversity but also represent a significant portion of Harvard's revenue from tuition and fees. Under Trump's now-paused directive, these students would have faced deportation or forced transfer to other institutions, an upheaval that would send shockwaves through academia and diplomatic circles alike. Behind the curtain of legality and funding lies something deeper: a cultural war over values, voice, and influence. Trump sees elite universities as bastions of liberal ideology, out of touch with working Americans. By redirecting funds to trade schools, he signals a populist shift, away from Ivy League towers, toward blue-collar training. Trade schools, he argues, better reflect the practical needs of the American economy. They train welders, machinists, electricians, skills vital to national infrastructure, yet often overlooked in political discourse. But critics warn that robbing research dollars from Harvard won't uplift trade schools, it will kneecap medical innovation, scientific advancement, and America's global leadership in research. The standoff has also raised constitutional alarms. Legal scholars are debating whether a president can unilaterally redirect congressionally appropriated funds. Many say no. For Harvard, the stakes are existential. This isn't just about money, it's about its identity, its freedom, and its future. And for Trump, this is more than a policy decision. It's a symbol, a rallying cry to his base. A declaration that the elites must either align, or be cut off. As this legal and political drama unfolds, the American public watches with divided hearts. Some cheer the rebalancing of priorities, believing the ivory tower has grown too insulated, too ideological. Others fear the collapse of scientific integrity and intellectual independence. One thing is clear: this isn't just about Harvard. It's about the soul of American academia, about who controls the narrative, and about what kind of knowledge this country chooses to fund, to foster, and to fight for. Whether in a laboratory, a lecture hall, or a courtroom, the battle is underway. And its outcome could echo for generations to come.